Welcome back, Pokemon fans. Angel of the Night here. We are back again with the Team Star Challenge, and as you guys know, this is a single battle format where we are using teams that are based around Revaroom. This is a Team Star competition, so all Pokemon onto the teams are fully from Team Star. So, our opponent here today is going to lead off with an Annihilape, and I've got a Krookodile as my lead. We are going to go in for the Terastallization here to poison because a lot of the time I'm getting final gambited by Choice Scarf and Reverse. And I don't really want to have that issue here in this very first turn of this battle. So we are going to go in for the poison typing, and we are going to go for the knockoff in hopes that we're going to be able to knock off some items on the opposing side. Looks like we've knocked off a Chesto Berry, so that's telling me that this is a Chesto Resto Bulk Up Drain Punching Annihilape. That's a big old mouthful of Annihilape there. But we are going to be able to mirror herb the stat boost from the Annihilape, and we are going to boost up our defensive values as well as our attack stat. So, this next turn, I know that I'm going to be able to outspeed that Annihilape, so we're just going to lock in for the turn. And likely what we'll probably see is a swap out of the Annihilape. And there it is. And the Pokemon that's going to be coming in is going to be a Krookodile. Oh my gosh. Okay, so we have an attack drop here because it's intimidating on the opposing side. That's perfectly fine. We did have the boost from the Annihilape. Luckily for us, we'd still have our defensive boost. Now, there's a couple of options here. I am poison typing at this point. I was hoping that I was going to be able to outspeed the opposing Krookodile, but that's not necessarily the case. We actually get hit by an Earthquake, and that's actually crazy amounts of damage off onto me due to it being poison. But luckily, we actually managed to get some damage off onto the opposing Krookodile and take it down to the red zone. Now, I do want to hold on to my Krookodile here for the remainder of the battle, and I'm going to actually come in with my Revaroom. Now, Revaroom, of course, it is steel and poison, but we are on an air balloon, and if I didn't already terrestrialize, I did have flying. Now, he actually ended up going for the Scale Shot here, and that's a pretty smart prediction, seeing as how I did swap out my Krookodile here. He did drop his defensive values, but did boost up his speed there from the Dragon Scales. But the biggest issue here right now is that I actually have lost my air balloon, which means that I could potentially get hit by an Earthquake move. I am going to lock in for the high horsepower here. We are not going to be able to get that attack off, and we are going to take an Earthquake right to the face. Unfortunately, we go down. There is no, pass go, do not collect $200, haha, Monopoly joke there. But we are going to come in here with Annihilape here next as the next turn. We are going to go in for the Drain Punch. And the reason we have to do that is because we do have to do something that's going to be effective to this Krookodile. If we ended up going for the Rage Fist, we probably wouldn't have been able to knock it out. But I'm also hoping that I'm going to be able to do an outspeeding situation here with this Krookodile. But if I'm not mistaken, I think it has some pretty fast speed. So we might actually be a little bit slow, because I think Annihilape is under 300, and I know Krookodile for sure is over 300. So I don't know what's going to happen here. They're going to go in for the Terastallization here. They're going to go in for a pure Dark typing, which means that they're likely going to go for some sort of a Dark type move, which is going to be super effective to Annihilape. As you can see, there is the knockoff coming into play, and he is going to knock off my leftovers. Now, we are going to get that Drain Punch, which is lucky for us. We actually do pick up the KO off onto that Krookodile, as that is one of the bigger threatening Pokemon that is on the opposing side. We do, however, know that one of his Pokemon is actually going to be Revaroom. So that is not really a huge concern. The biggest concern right now is going to be this another Annihilape that's on the opposing side. So Annihilape comes back in. We did manage to get hit already, so we're going to go in for the Rage Fist. Unfortunately for us, we actually get outsped by their Annihilape, and they end up picking up the KO. I'm not sure if this is a speed tie or what, but it seems like we're both using bulk up sets, so it's quite possible that it was a speed tie. Krookodile coming back in here, of course, as you can see, our stats are going to be reset back to normal, and we should be able to outspeed this Krookodile. Annihilape. So we actually end up going in for the knockoff here. We pick up the KO with the Annihilape, and I'm just talking whole bunches of Annihilapes here. It seems like that's all I've been talking about in this competition is Annihilate this and Annihilate that. But the Revaroom comes back in. It is on the Air Balloon. Now, I know that I'm not going to be able to go for like the Earthquake move here, but I am going to go for the knockoff. Not enough to be able to pick up that KO, but we did knock off that Air Balloon. We actually ended up popping it. They ended up missing their move, which is actually a huge loss for them, because if they actually didn't miss that move, we would have lost the battle. So we are going to pick up the KO on Revaroom, and that is the battle. So if you guys enjoyed, you know what to do. Post your comments. Let me know what you guys think. Hit that like button, and I'll see you in the next Team Star battle. Peace out.